Good evening. So today we are here on the roof terrace. It's been a kind of a cold day. The temperature went down to 38 Celsius degrees, and I've been walking around in the afternoon quite a lot. And I've just discovered this roof terrace because there's a washing machine up here. I need to wash clothes soon. Anyway, in the morning I went to this meeting which was organized by Civic Space, which is originally, I think, an initiative of Northern Cyprus communities. And there was a presentation organized by the European Union about the feasibility of bi-communal civil projects here in Cyprus. So there's a lot of groups in different areas of Cyprus, and they are trying to bring people together to organize workshops so northern and southern Cypriots can meet, have a space to meet actually. And it was really interesting to listen to the report, but also especially to talk to different people. I've met with the people from the European Union who are, or which is like the main funding, or one of the main funding organizations, because both governments, neither the north nor the south, the north administration nor the south nor the government of Cyprus, do actually spend money on civic initiatives. So but then additionally, I don't know if you saw it in the news, but today in the morning, I think at 2 o'clock in the morning, the peace negotiations, who had been taken up umpteen times, and this was the last time, and there were a lot of hopes. These peace negotiations taking place in Geneva, actually, they failed. So I read an article in the newspaper, and I think it must have been really dramatic, people screaming at each other and so on. So they stopped the negotiations, so they officially failed again, which doesn't mean that it can't happen in the future, but people today actually in this meeting, they were quite discouraged and quite sad. Anyway, I was thinking about the work, the facilitation work I do in Switzerland as well. We have this project about public space where we work with young people, and in my opinion, I think the main thing that they are lacking here, which would be amazing if they had it, which is the whole point as well, is common public space. Because I feel, you can take a workshop together, that may help already, but what you really need to do is to just live in the same space, in the same public space, and you don't need to love each other, you don't have to be friends, I think, but you may want to keep a distance between each other, but use the same facilities, use the same public space. Well, before, the battery had just cut me short upstairs on the rooftop. It's really not very nice. Anyway, that's why I'm down here now, because there's no light up there now. Anyway, yeah, I think I made the point though. I was really wondering, as much as I support all these initiatives, like civil initiatives, people who really engage and they want to make change, and they want to meet each other and communicate and exchange. I think that just actually you need to solve this problem politically, really. They need to be able to go to the other, for me this is really a good example of how much there's a gap between politics and what people actually want. So anyway, yeah, so these people I met today, they seemed a bit frustrated, to be honest, and very understandably, of course. And I also talked to a lady from London, and she's been here for 10 years, and she's she works for the EU as well, and she's responsible for Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, so all the really bad conflict. And she said everyone has just forgotten about Cyprus, no one cares anymore. She said that in an international context. So yeah, voila. I will leave you on this now and say good night. See you soon.